Welcome back and thanks again for joining us with The Perspective. I'm Victoria Davis. Well, it's Friday once again, and that means it's time to take a few minutes for the Vampire Report as we look back at the week in vampire news, politics and popular culture. First, we examine a new trend that's sweeping the internet. All across the web, forums are popping up in which young people post video blogs containing tips on vampire dating. The most common posts are of young women showing off their bite marks and trading tips on how best to conceal them. It's an extraordinary example of the two things the internet was designed to do best: provide a forum for the exchange of large amounts of newly available information, and for young women to be seen with very few clothes on.
Okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very well, but look. I always let them bite me on my inner thigh. See?
Did you know that there's this really big vein right above your boobs? Oh my god, you have to try it. Look. See, it's right here.
Also, a bottle of hot water is a vampire-loving girl's best friend. Seriously, ladies, those boys are stone cold. So if you don't have something to warm them up with, you're totally gonna have chattering teeth all night.
I wonder why my producer Steve insisted on running this story first. The young ladies on the forums also discussed diet tips such as taking iron supplements to help avoid anemia and the disadvantages of vegetarianism, at least as far as their partners' palates are concerned. Their parents must be so proud. Moving on, I'm sure many of you remember a notorious viral video involving a certain comedian, an unsuccessful stand-up routine, and an outrageously offensive tirade. Well, get ready for deja vu all over again, because our friends at bloodcopy.com have posted a clip of a vampire comedian getting heckled on stage. And well, it all goes downhill from there.
My name is Gary, and I'm a vampire. Oh wait, I don't need these. Okay, where was I? Oh, that's right, I was dead. You suck! You humans are getting way too comfortable with the current situation. I could break your neck and be back on stage before your body hit the floor. I had your grandmother on her wedding night. Oh, that bitch was a tasty treat. You guys walk around like you're kings of the world. But you know what? You break just like from a 42 pounds of force. Your arm comes right out of the socket. And lunch is served.
Now here's what I find so fascinating about this. Yes, it's true, this vampire says some ugly, despicable things. He unloads what he believes to be the uncomfortable truth about his kind's superiority over ours. It's hate speech and it's vile. But I wonder what's more shocking to those out there who see this as evidence that all vampires are somehow the enemy. This vampire's offensive rhetoric, or the fact that it so closely mirrored a similar diatribe made by a human in the same circumstances. Perhaps we need no greater proof that our kinds are not so different after all. What you're about to see is appalling footage of what's being described as human trafficking. And by that, we mean vampires trafficking in live human beings. Now, we should warn you that this video is quite graphic and not for the squeamish or faint of heart.
Our hidden cameras have uncovered a human trafficking ring. Kidnapped humans being sold as slaves. But this horrific crime is made even worse because of who they're being sold to and why. One culprit has been identified as Peter, a low-level enforcer in the Russian mob. His superior, the architect of the crime, is a man known as Jakub, a man wanted in over 7 different countries for crimes ranging from drug smuggling to murder. At this arranged meeting, Jakub is presenting his selection to a buyer, allowing him to pick and choose which human beings he wants to purchase. The people are powerless to stop it, too weak and helpless to do any more than accept their fate. He surveys them like objects, deciding which ones are acceptable to his needs. The buyer's identity is not known at this time, but we do know one thing for certain. He is a vampire. And he has no qualms about sampling his merchandise beforehand. Satisfied with his selection, the buyer and Jakub discuss a price.
This video is a chilling look inside a growing industry that, according to some government reports, is poised to join both the narcotics trade and the international sex trade as one of the most lucrative black market enterprises for organised crime. Some might even call it the new slavery. As of now, the men in this video remain at large and the whereabouts of their victims unknown. And with that, we conclude this week's Vampire Report. Thanks again to our friends at bloodcopy.com. When we return, exactly how many hedge fund managers does it take to screw in a light bulb? The answer may surprise you. Stick around.
Visit www.escapetheeverydaysweeps.com from May 23rd through July 3rd and enter the code word NIGHT. You could win $10,000 towards HBO, TV service, internet, phone, and other instant True Blood prizes.